Good morning, guys. We are outside today working on some water solutions for the garden. I have been thinking about this project for quite a while and slowly gathering parts for it to hopefully have it work out that I do not have to use so much of the tap or city water this year watering my plants. I was lucky enough that my work actually uses large 55 gallon barrels regularly, and I was able to snag these for free. They were perfectly happy to give them to me, so that was really nice for me. If you are looking for them, I would suggest going on Craigslist, asking local maybe detail shops or car washes. They're often places that have these large barrels, and they are probably willing to give them to you, if not for a fairly small fee. I think I see them on Craigslist for $10–15 each when I was looking for them before I realized my work had them. You are going to need a couple extra things for this project if you plan to have more than one barrel and if you plan to connect them together like I do. They're fairly simple to find. This is just a piece off of Amazon. It is a rain barrel connector. It's designed specifically for this purpose. It's fairly cheap, I think $10–15 for a pack of 2. I also bought a spigot to put on one of the rain barrels in order to get the water out. And then I also had to buy a small pump. All the details and links to these things will be in the description below for you guys if you are interested in getting them. This is just a small water pump. It should be enough to get the water to all of my beds. My beds are not very high. If you do have very high beds, you're going to have to look into that a little bit further to make sure that the water is going to be able to pump up the height of your beds properly. So you might be wondering how I plan to get these inside parts lined up with my holes that I'm going to drill for them. And I have thought about that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take some string and drop it down through the top and hopefully catch it with a coat hanger, pull it through the small hole I've made, and be able to thread these along it so that they line up properly and I can grip them and pull them through. So first things first, I need to figure out where I'm going to be drilling. When it comes to the spigot, I'm going to keep in mind where these guys are facing. These two are going to end up over on this wall where these two are in the back already are. So I'm going to need to make sure my faucet is facing towards the front since they're going to be sitting up against a wall like this. And then the two that are going to go in this corner behind you over here needs to have one on the side in parallel with these two because I can't access it otherwise. worked out really well. Now just to repeat the process 2 more times. I've had left over from doing the protection over my strawberry beds. So I'm just going to cut some squares that are as large as to cover the hole and overlap them a little bit at slightly different angles to make a protective covering so that a bunch of leaves and stuff doesn't get in there. So the last thing that I did was go ahead and pull the last couple feet of our downspout off here on the corner. Lucky enough there was already a break right here, so I just had to get some help to get it pulled off, so I didn't pull the whole thing down with it. And this is just a piece of tubing from Home Depot that's a couple of bucks, just to make it flexible, and it pours straight into my rain barrel. I'll bring you guys a little bit closer to see the whole setup and how it's going to work, hopefully, and then I will have water, hopefully from the rain, to water my garden. So water will be coming off of my roof and going here into my rain barrel. As you can see, I've put a little bit of mesh there to keep out some leaves and debris. It's connected by a small connector so that I can double my catch, and then when we come down here to the spout, this will be connected to my pump, which is right here from right out of the spigot. And then my pump will run with a regular garden hose over here to my garden. And I already have the first half of my garden. These first 4 beds are already all lined up with water from last year. I have to work on the new beds this year, and I'll bring you guys along for that on some other day. But this just runs basically directly from this spigot last year. The hose is right there, so that will connect to the end of my regular water hose, and that will get all of my stuff done. Last chore for this week is to go downstairs and get my Brussels sprouts started, so I'll bring you guys along for that real quickly. And then other than that, I'll see you guys next time.